Hi, this is Mark, and I'm going to give you a quick overview of how to use the staffing needed model. On the intranet, you'll have the staffing needed template, and you'll also have a PDF page that kind of gives you further explanation of how to use it. This video is to kind of do a live walkthrough on using the model. One of the first things, the things at the bottom of the page, see this quick settings, Mondays, Tuesdays, these are called tabs. So when I refer to tabs, this is what I'm talking about. Let's first talk about the quick setting tab that we have here. So the quick setting tab is basically its goal is to customize this to your store. So when you click on quick settings, it's going to say important, change these four numbers in green for your store. So these four numbers, you're going to actually enter this information specific to your store right here. Uh, Average kitchen pay per hour, average driver pay per hour, gives you an explanation to the right of how to come up with those numbers. Average delivery ticket amount and average total ticket amount. Now, if you're using ledgers, it's pretty easy to get a lot of this data from your ledger. If you scroll down a little further, it tells you how to get the average delivery amount as well as your average ticket amount from the dashboard. The dashboard is not going to tell you what your average hourly pay is for kitchen workers or drivers. To do that, you just need to take a week or 2 weeks, whatever you want, of total hours worked by kitchen and managers and divide that by their total pay that they earned. Same thing for the drivers. So that's how you do that. Okay, so the first thing to do with this model is to populate each day of the week from the dashboard. So I'm going to actually walk through how to do a couple of these days, and for the sake of time, I've already loaded some of the other days. So we need Mondays. So we're going to go to the dashboard, and where you're going to get this, once again, all of this is detailed in a PDF, is you're going to go to dashboard, reports, half hours. Once you get to half hours, you're going to go all the way to the right top tab, which is half hour compare days. And I want to do Mondays. So, by the way, let's make it for Athens, Ohio. That's what the example is. So I'm going to start with Monday the 15th, which is the most recent Monday. And then the 8th was the Monday before that. And then the 1st was the Monday before that. And then it would have been in September. Excuse my pop-up keyboard. I can't figure out how to turn that off. The last Monday in September was the 24th. So basically what I have here is the last 4 Mondays in my intervals. I'm going to hit go. It's going to populate the information. I'm going to click export to Excel. I'm going to download the report. Then I'm going to come down here on the bottom of my screen and click on that report. And a little pro tip to give you is in this top space right here, I usually put like Monday or whatever day of the week I have, just in case I get confused. So now I have this. I basically want to highlight the whole thing by hitting in the top left corner up here, this little guy right here. And I'm going to right click and hit copy. Now I'm going to copy all that. And then I'm going to paste it into my worksheet. So this staffing template worksheet that you'll be working with. So I go to Mondays. I click on the top left of the spreadsheet and right click, and I just hit this paste. Don't do values. Don't do any of these other guys. Just hit the first paste. And that's going to paste that in there. Now I'm ready to paste Tuesdays. I'm going to minimize that. All right, this was my Monday spreadsheet. I don't really need it anymore, so I'm going to just kill it. And now I'm going to go back to my dashboard and grab Tuesdays. So it remembers I was on Monday. Now I'm just going to basically go through these 4 intervals and advance them by 1 day. So Tuesday the 16th, this would be the 9th, and this would be the 2nd. And then I got to go back to September. Sorry about this keyboard. And it would have been the 25th. So this is the most recent Tuesday. The Tuesday before that was the 9th. Before that, the 2nd, then the 25th. Now I'm going to hit go and run the report. I know the report ran when I see these dates at the top up here match up with my interval dates, 16th, 9th, 2nd. Now I want to export it to Excel. Download, open the Excel file, and there it is. Once again, a little pro tip is to populate. These are Tuesdays right here, just so I keep myself straight. And then click in the top left corner, and then I'm going to right click there and hit copy. And then I'm going to minimize that. I come here, click up here, right click, paste, and here are my Tuesdays. I know it's Tuesdays because remember I typed that in there. Alright, that's how you do that. I've already populated Wednesdays, Thursdays, Fridays, Saturdays, Sundays. So all that's done. Okay, with that being done, that's basically all you got to do. Now you have a choice to view this worksheet either by sales per hour or tabs per hour, or excuse me, tickets per hour. So the red, if you like to look at sales per hour, you'll look at the red tabs. If you prefer to look at tickets per hour, you'll look at the orange tabs. So just for fun, let's say we're going to look at tickets needed per hour. First thing you got to kind of worry about here is, see this note right here, important, update settings below in green, row 54, 55. First thing you need to do is go down here and set these settings, these green settings. So in Athens, we know that we can operate pretty efficiently with 8.4 tickets per kitchen worker. So if we have 2 kitchen workers, that means we're going to be able to do roughly 17 tickets per hour. You'll need to kind of figure that out for yourself. It kind of varies, obviously, what kind of staff you have in there, how experienced they are. The number of deliveries per driver. Athens, we know we can do 3 pretty easily. That once again may or may not apply to your store. You need to kind of play with these numbers. And then there's these sections, minimum kitchen workers, minimum drivers. You can't really run your store with 0 kitchen workers or 0 drivers. So you can say no matter what, I want to always have at least 1 kitchen worker or 1 driver. You can change that number to whatever you want it to be. So with this model as it is, what does it tell me? It tells me that based on all of the 4-week period that I have pasted into this thing, this is how many kitchen workers at the top of the sheet that I need for each hour. So dinner rush, pretty important, shows me how many employees I need. You'll see on Friday and Saturday night that this number kind of kick up with how many kitchen workers I need. Same thing for drivers. And you can kind of scroll down. You say your labor would be at 25% based on this. So right here, 25%. I'm going to say if I could do 9 tickets per hour, that would lower my labor to 23%. So it's pretty much real time. If I could only do 7 tickets per kitchen worker, that would make me 31% labor, which is not great. So once again, Athens is about 8.4, and that gives us 25% labor unloaded before any payroll taxes. And bear in mind, this does not count hours that employees will need to be there before the store opens and after the store closes. So we were looking at this on a ticket basis. We'll stay on the ticket basis. The next tab, ticket and staffing. This tells you two things per hour. One is how many tickets averaged over the 4-week period you had for each time of day. So for Monday, we had between 4 and 5. We actually open at 4 Monday through Thursday in Athens. You see kind of how many tickets we would do an hour, how many employees you would need. So this gives you a little more detail. It also automatically highlights in kind of the red color your most busiest times. So obviously Friday night, Saturday night, late night are the most tickets, with 56 being the busiest time of the entire week. But it also shows you that there's other nights when you're really busy too. Same thing with drivers. For drivers, it basically tells you when are the most delivery orders coming in. So Friday and Saturday night, but in the case of Athens, Monday nights are really, really busy for us as far as number of delivery tickets per hour. So between 1 and 2 a.m. in this example, you see we had 16 delivery tickets, 18 delivery tickets between 12 a.m. and 1 a.m. Advanced settings basically let you go in and customize by the time of day. If you really want to kind of tweak it further, you can go in and make entries into anything in green and basically override it. So a lot of times what I'll do in Athens is say, hey, on a Saturday night, getting late night toward midnight and after, we really have very experienced employees in there, and we can actually do 10 10 orders per kitchen worker. So that allows you to customize it. Let me just speak briefly about the red tabs. If you'd prefer, you can do this based on sales. So instead of number of tickets, the red tabs show you the same information, but it just breaks it down by sales per hour. So that's going to tell you that. So that's a quick overview of the staffing model. I'm available sometimes to help. I'm glad if you send me an email, mark.crumpton@dpdo.com. I will get back to you on any questions. With Kim and I being retired, it may not be the same day, but I do still check my email daily. So good luck with the staffing model. Don't forget to change your quick settings before you get started. And that is the overview.